Thank you so much for waiting. We are back for the second Erangel game of the day. Huge last game from InsideGames. Big rank plays coming your way. A lot more to come.
And followed by 4 Angry Kids. 3 Max put in a good performance. And it's crazy how much of it, even now, even though we're getting towards the end, how much of a shift we're still going to see in the leaderboards. I haven't had a look at it. It's coming up just on your screens.
Quick math.
That's it. That's the thing. They were hanging on it, like I said, by the skin of their teeth. Katana, they got 0 points in the last game. Quick Math got a decent result. InsideGames, with that chicken dinner, have created a 21-point lead ahead of Quick Math, making them a little bit safer. But you can't deny what 4 Angry Kids have done. They're 2 points away from both Katana and Quick Math. This is getting so damn spicy. And you still have Rewop in there. You still have DOS Pilots. Because 7 games, plenty of points up for grabs. All they need to do is just get it done. Pull the 4 Angry Kids. Pull out an InsideGames. Make those big boy plays. But the strategical, clever big boy plays. And we know they can get it done.
I'm so happy. I'm just so happy to see Quick Math. Yeah. Since the start of the universe, they've always been in 9th position. They finally got away from it, then 8th spot. They are at equal standings at 130 points with Katana. They're not out of the woods quite yet.
They're not.
It's the good start. It's the performance that they needed. It's just... You don't have to have insanely chicken dinner games. You just need to be better than the other ones.
True, but that's actually true. All you need to do is score more points than the teams around you. Yeah. But of course, when you get that chicken dinner like we saw with InsideGames, you create that gap.
You look good.
And you look good, and it gives you more confidence. It gives you more, more security. But when you look at Katana, I hate to say it's been a bit of a shame because they started this week in 4th place in a safe position. High kills, high numbers, looking solid, and it's kind of gone slightly downhill from there.
Mm-hmm. So this plane is going to be going from east to west, going to be pretty central, so all teams can get their main drop-in locations under their belt. One shift I've seen, actually, last game and this game, I didn't talk about it last game, I wasn't sure if it's going to happen again and again, because actually Stellar, they started on this second week to go on the western side of Military Island against the likes of Katana and face up against them. They hadn't had a huge amount of success when you saw them do them. It would work sometimes, get a bunch of kills, but it wasn't consistent. And they stopped doing that, and this time around, they went for the likes of Milta Power. And I think that's just a respectful kind of gameplay, and they just they knew it wasn't working out, so okay, it's not working, what can we do to make it go better? They saw on the map not many teams go, actually no teams go to Milta Power. Free loot, free opportunity, and it could work out for them. And also you can get boats if the shift is actually pretty harsh.
Yeah, we did see Milky Way not able to...
Ooh, big pog.
Not able to access Sobar. So they've headed towards George Pool, or South George in particular. YMCA, they couldn't make it to Primorse, but they've landed on the west coast. And looking at that phase 1, it can still be a main land finish, but you can't help but think that's a military island finish.
Yeah, probably big chances of that happening. A lot of these teams might have to go for actually a boat kind of rotation, the likes of, once again, Stellar, YMCA, Milky Way, Rewop, and also InsideGames. They could try and go through the boat. I think that would be the safest kind of rotation. We saw that yesterday when we had a kind of military base finish, that they at least a lot of the teams went for those boat kind of rotations. It can get tricky if you get scouted out, but they're the safest position, especially because the circle has so much water. It's always your easiest entry point.
Plus, I think with a military island finish, time is even more of the essence for these teams, because if you do super early, let's say even before you even loot, that can be a super safe play into the circle. And if you do it in the middle, where these teams are rotating in around you, it can be a bit risky. But then if you leave it super late, even after phase 1, even if you're in the blue zone, that can be, once again, a bit safer because all the other teams that had moved into Military Island, they've gone closer to the center of that phase 2 circle.
So Katana, they're the team that always go for the good old military base. They're going to hold that one. Though 400 kids, they're going to be a lot more proactive. Like we saw them the last few days, they've been a lot more proactive on their rotations. And they see that they don't want to have the same kind of mistake that happened in the past when they did have a military base finish. And they went early.
Exactly.
And I'm loving that shift of gameplay.
It's evolution, right?
It's just like all the teams have been like, all the teams that had to step it up, they have been stepping up. A few teams maybe struggled a little bit, but like 400 Kids is part of that pack of teams that's been just having stellar performances on this second week.
Yeah, definitely. Totally agree. Speaks for itself at the end of the day, how far they shifted up their positions. But now Nixtys is going to look for members of Quick Math, as Juicing does find Nixtys, gets that knockdown. Going to take away that kill as well, putting 4 Angry Kids in the position of 3 members strong.
You're trying to find that bow to rotate, but unfortunately Quick Math, they quickly caught up on that and shut it down. LXG, they also rotated away from Pachinki into Military Island. They might be clashing with the remaining 3 members of 4 Angry Kids. We'll have to wait and see how that one works out. Rewop, northern section of George Pole. They're the team that actually the furthest away from the circle, but it can get tricky once again. You have a few boats in this location they could go for. But being so far away, a lot of like somewhat gatekeeping could happen on the 2 bridges on military base if they do decide to rotate really, really late. It could happen. They've got to keep that in mind.
And if bridge camping is a viable strategy,
especially here, because not a lot of the mainland is still in circle, so you've got to keep that definitely in mind. 3D Max, they're going to try and also rotate away from Yasnaya Pollyanna. DOS Pilot, they rotated way earlier compared to 3D Max, so they might be having a little bit better position, but a lot of teams are around DOS Pilot right now.
Yeah, and that's the thing, it's kind of like the DOS Pilots, I kind of worry a little bit that they might be just heading too dangerously into a position where they have to fight early that they kind of don't need to. We saw them being more aggressive yesterday, but I felt yesterday was more calculated aggression, whereas today, I kind of worry, but let's see how it's going to pay off for them in this squad fight against InsideGames.
1-for-1 trade-off, but he can actually flush Zampeek, and he can maybe get the res on Rita. That'd be great for them. Just going to try and break the wheels. That was great from Lipsin. He can actually maybe explode, but if it doesn't quite get him, that'll be a little bit unfortunate. But that's going to be a nice start for DOS Pilot. We've talked about it, that early rotation. A lot of teams are going to rotate at that same time. They're going to have a little bit of a struggle. Pixel got knocked out by CTR of DOS Pilot. That's going to be InsideGames down to now 2 members. Maybe big chance of them getting that res if they do want to try and get up to him, but they have to put a lot of resources into that. And actually, I really love the position of CTRs here, sorry. He's got a nice different angle, can find Odstrelovac and seniks. And they do get away, so that's going to be getting up Pixel. I like that.
I'm going to take back what I said about DOS Pilots. It just, I want them to play a little bit safe, but...
I mean, it was risky, but
it was risky, but it worked out. So, high risk, high reward at this stage, kind of with nothing to lose. Yeah, it's paying off.
So the boat type of rotations we were talking about earlier, it seemed like Stella did go for it. There's a lot of the coastline that's still available.
1 member did get taken out.
They did lose 1 member, unfortunately, but at the end, they need to once again pump up those numbers. So Stella here going for the safe route. I do enjoy it. This is what they have to try and do on these 2 last days here for Group A. They're going to try and make it through. Quick Math there on the northern section of Military Island, as here it is. DOS Pilot going to be finding that flush on Pixel, confirming 2 points for themselves. They have to increase those averages, and they're on the path to success on the second game. They can try and keep that consistency up there. YMCA also going for another boat rotation from Primorsk. Should be pretty safe.
It should be safe, but I'm kind of actually worried it's a little bit too early for them to do, believe it or not. I know getting the boat now isn't the worst thing in the world, but when you think about where the other teams are and how that was most likely going to be the case anyway, with a lot of these teams shifting in early and still phase 1 hasn't, or phase 2 circle hasn't been exposed, that spread inside the circle is a much wider inside Military Island, which means areas of fear they could get into a fight against the likes of LXG or Ferrari Breach earlier than they expect.
That could be definitely happening as a last crew. They have this bridge entry point going to be taken over. DOS Pilot can try and make it through. They're still up with 4 members, so they can go full forces with last crew as LXG or find Ferrari Breach EduCoz. Get that nice point for themselves. Yeah, LXG, they need really good games. Like now is the point where they can't really afford to go out in 16th position and get 0 points. They need to get every single game about minimum of 5 points. At minimum.
And you gotta give both teams respect, because Ferrari Breach is in 14th and LXG is in 16th. Yet they're still not afraid to kind of push at each other and go for those kills. So they're putting in as much effort as they can, trying their absolute best. As 3D Max They look to get the high ground. It's just inside the circle, but it's not across military base. I actually like that.
I actually like it, and also because military might rotate in, though Tornado Energy, they're a little bit right after the bridge in Military Island. Last crew, they rotated and gave over that gatekeeping on top of DOS Pilot. And they can try and hold that. The nice high ground can work out for them. No teams can really harass them from behind unless DOS Pilot come in.
Yeah.
So this could be really interesting to see how this fight does unfold. Once again, the usual 2-2 split from Tornado Energy. I absolutely freaking love it. And they're causing havoc for last.
Look at that. 4 angry kids, center of the circle, compound inside the military base. Let's see what this phase 2 gives to us.
Whoa.
Oh, it's shifted up quite north.
Imagine this mainland.
The mainland is still in play. I think that's part of the reason why DOS Pilots chose not to actually go across the bridge. But it could be a little bit risky for them because they're going to have to wait for phase 3 circle to expose. And at that point, a lot of teams have already actually moved from the south part of the island to the north part of the island, which means that if they still have to cross into military base in phase 3, there's going to be a lot of teams looking in their direction.
I got to catch up on something if you guys didn't see that on the broadcast. YMCA, their boat just got exploded and they're really far from the coastline, so LXG, huge place from them as the last crew. They're going to be finding mjyoh from HeartShift. They can try and push them back a little bit as they were rotating towards the west side. And here it is, 4 Angry Kids also, and Quick Math are going to be clashing.
Oh no!
RonnieKray going to be the first casualty on the side of 4 Angry Kids. Unfortunately, Jubzik doing the moves, doing the plays. But now this compound is slowly going to try and get lurked on over. Quick Math, they hold it for themselves now. 4 Angry Kids, maybe a little bit too split. No, there's still a lot of water here. The teams are going to get a little bit more closer than usual. I think that here, playing split, maybe not the best decision making for 4 Angry Kids.
Especially because they were a 3-man team at that point.
Also, yeah.
And with that phase 2 circle shift, there was a high chance that a lot of teams were going to be repositioning straight away, and they kind of paid the price for it. They got caught out as Sampula does go down with the fishies, so to speak, as also InsideGames.
No boat spawn.
Yeah, they're finding themselves in a really difficult spot.
I mean, they did have a boat spawn, but it was taken over by Stella. Stella stole those boats. InsideGames were like, oh, no one goes to Milter Power. All the boats are still there, right? Oh, no, they weren't. Well, freaking effing chat. So they going to have to try and swim it through. They got scouted out on Nova. Headshot connects. He has to dip on through. Odstrelovac might be getting shut down. He has to peek up for some air at some point. And here it is. He has the angle. One shot is all you need. He's getting really close, but he does die because he had no more oxygen. And that's going to be the end of InsideGames, unfortunately.
Well, he also just chose to not give the kill over to Uni, so that's...
it's very unfortunate.
Yeah, it is very unfortunate. But 15 teams, 53 players left alive. YMCA facing...
It's game over.
Facing damage from the Blue Zone and LXG. So, yeah, it's kind of going to be a matter of time. DOS Pilot, they've gone across the bridge. They've found a compound in between Unity and Tornado Energy. And it's quite nicely on the high ground overlooking Nova. And has even a decent bit of... protection against the high ground that the other 2 members of Unity hold on to.
YMCA, they're going down one by one. Is that boat move?
Yeah.
Even so, like we said, boat moves can be safe, but if you get scouted out, it's almost game over because it's so easy to explode those boats. So, unfortunately, YMCA out in 15th position. InsideGames and YMCA again taken out by the water moves.
And this is why I think it was actually a good idea for the likes of Milky Way to wait. Milky Way, yes, they're still in the mainland. Yes, they're facing tick damage from the Blue Zone, but it's only phase 2 tick damage. It will increase a little bit once phase 3 circle shows up, but it's still not. It's still safer right now than going into doing what InsideGames and YMCA did, which was try to get into Military Island earlier on.
I was like, if he goes mainland, that would be so freaking funny. But
look at the amount of water that is still
just like last game
in the circle. It's about 50% of that is water, which means the landmass and the compounds, there's a lot less for these 14 teams, for these 50 players. We're going to see HeartShift and Last Crew find themselves under pressure pretty damn quickly as the likes of FBI, 3D Max try and find compounds, maybe even go for a bit of a breach. Let's see how it is going to pan out as they're actually looking for Stellar. Moleman gets out of the vehicle. Is it be able to peek down, prone down from behind the wall? Might be safe just for now, although Beamy now attention going to be turned onto that other member of Stellar.
Rewap, they're shutting down the rotation for Milky Way on the west. They're going to try and find a nice breach entry point in the circle, but yeah, XG they have. I'm going to call it the DOS pilot hill because they always normally go here if they have the opportunity. But yeah, Stellar, Molman, he did survive that encounter wisdom. He can make it through, but now NXG, they're going to be on the move and they're really proactive. You talked about it earlier, like they're not scared of picking fights despite being in like one of the lowest position in the standing.
They got nothing,
to lose. Exactly. Yep. They need to get those kill points. They need to try and pump up that average per game. But yeah, Milky Way, DP does find the res back up on Offstring. It's only phase 3, so Offstring might be able to find the res. That headshot.
My lord, and he won.
Yeah, because also the circle damage would have maybe been enough. But yeah, that 2-2 split here from Rewap, huge to try and just pressure back Milky Way. But Milky Way have actually 2 members making it through the coastline. So they still lose 2 members, but 2 more remaining on their side. So it's not going to be the end of Milky Way. As HeartShift and Ferrari Breach, they're going to be sharing this compound across the road. No really reason to force it out. But yeah, Rewap finds Offstring, flushes it out.
Neighbors just going, hey, buddy, do you want some sugar? No, I don't have any sugar, but I have bullets. Washout from Ferrari Breach does get put down to very low health, but is able to survive. Gonna have to try and heal himself up all the while. Northrest, 1 of 2 remaining members of 4 Angry Kids, does get a kill onto 1 member now. So that's gonna be good for 4 Angry Kids. They're so close to the top 8.
Not even funny. The team is laughing a lot right now. His DOS pilot as they try and shut down the rotation from Unity. Grenade gonna be chucked on through. Does it connect with the car? It will roll up with a go there. Yes, I'm pretty sure that's connected. It does, but it's only the car that will be the casualty. Rewap also gonna be shutting down Mans from Milky Way. Milky Way down to only 1 member is gonna be Izu.
Wow.
Kind of make it up, but now Orange, Tizerin, they have to make it through. A few smokes going to be popped on the side of DOS Pilot because another team that's getting involved is actually Tornado Energy doing that 2-2 split. They can shut down the entirety of that skirmish. DOS Pilot CTR going to be shut down by Tizerin of Unity. But Lipsin going to be trading that off by taking down Orange. That's not nothing.
Oh, and Lipsin gets knocked down to the play zone as well, putting DOS Pilot in a situation where it's only POLLADERUC and Rita that are actually up for their side. POLLADERUC making a positive play, try and flank around to where Unity were, but you have Snoopy in the distance. He's prone down. LXG have taken down 1 of 2 remaining members of 4 Angry Kids, leaving Havokki, the only one left standing, as an example from Tornado Energy, stealing a kill away from DOS Pilots, you could say.
Yeah, because they're all in the blue zone and they have to cross that road, unfortunately. That's going to be Tornado Energy, like just... Well, 3 points.
They were essentially gatekeeping.
Yeah, they were essentially gatekeeping, and they have also that road. And Snoopy just, I don't know how you can make it through Snoopy, to be completely honest. But it seemed like Tornado Energy, they're going back a little bit to find a better position in circle, just to not get shut down on their next shift. But one team that's actually doing pretty decent here is Katana, being a lot safer this game compared to last one. And they are now to a 4-man squad too, because they did have Kamka having a few issues last game. So Kamka going to be joining up. And Snoopy actually doing a smart play to go under the bridge. POLLADERUC in the back. He's going to try and make it through. Yeah. But Quizzy actually is going to be pretty far back too. But he's going to go down
there
to the circle, unfortunately. But here it is.
Nice.
Unity eliminated by DOS Pilot POLLADERUC in the back. But look at that tick damage. It is phase 4. It starts to tickle a little bit too much.
Yeah, it does start to tickle a little bit too much. As Furax finds Rewap. 2 knockdowns come out. Furax getting made vain and E1 right now, as then the rest of 3D Max pop on through and eliminate Rewap in 13th place.
Damn, gotta give him huge props. That high ground and that 2-2 split working out absolute wonders. DOS Pilot also eliminated by Tornado Energy. They were just shutting down that rotation, and there's no way for them to make it back to the circle. Still 12th position overall. A few points also against Unity, so that's going to be
a little bit. Not what they really need. However, this fight between LXG and QuickMath, it's on the southern side of the island. It's in the circle, so both teams don't have any fear of the blue zone, but they do have fear of being taken down, and that's LXG eliminated in 11th place. QuickMath still holding on, fighting for that top spot, but they've got to remember that there's still Katana there. There's still 4 Angry Kids, so points are really important as Milky Way get eliminated by 3D Max.
They were getting shut down. They could not rotate through the west. It was Rewap and 3D Max just saying, no, you're not getting into the circle. They get the last member, shut them down in 10th position.
Yeah, I thought it was going to work out for Milky Way, but I kind of had to eat my words from that point of view.
It wasn't.
I was expecting maybe Rewap to even move a little bit more forward into circle, but obviously they were safe at that point, and they took advantage of Milky Way's position.
Late game rotations was these type of circles. They're like a double-edged sword. Or it works, it's super well, and you find a really good position, or too many teams are going to shut you down.
Yeah.
You're still in circle, take that tick damage, and you don't make it through.
Exactly.
As Tornado Energy, they were doing a 2-2 split. Still kind of doing a 2-2 split. They're going to try and get a little bit. It's a 2-1-1, but last crew going to be pretty close. They have the compounds, and also if they do want to find that compound Tornado Energy, they have to make it through a road. And roads, once again, never your friend here.
What's really good about last crew's angle is that they have multiple players and multiple buildings within that compound, so they're protected from plenty of grenades being thrown out. They have nice angles, they have nice real positional play that they are going to be able to potentially shut down Tornado Energy from. However, there's Katana in the southern side popping shots off in the direction of Tornado Energy and last crew, as this next circle has once again gone in the favor of Tornado Energy, last crew, even Katana, as well as Ferrari Breach and HeartShift.
Yeah, the compounds remaining. Ferrari Breach and last crew, they're the team. Also, like, kind of HeartShift because they have a small compound, but they are going to be the teams to look out for. So Quick Math and Katana, they're the teams that are going to try and rotate. Kamka going to be that front line first pick to try and scout out, get some information. There's still that Harry Potter tower to work with.
Yeah, I was just going to say, there's still a Harry Potter tower that one or two members of Katana could use. And if I were Katana, I don't know if they have a car. I don't think they do.
No, they don't.
But see, because the pinch for the likes of Katana and Quick Math is the phase 6, if that goes more north towards the coastline, they have to go downhill. And it's always really tough going downhill. So realistically, all they can do is hold on to that angle and hope that the next phase stays in their direction, and then they can, of course, continue to be aggressive.
What we can do right now is pray. Stella can have that one member smoking up. It's going to be Moleman, going to try and make a smoke road to try and get to the side of the hill, just to get a little bit more protection away from Quick Math. And here it is, but still they're taking shots. They connected one headshot earlier. It's going to put him a little bit lower. One bullet or two will do the work. But they want to close up. They want those points because, once again, they are fighting to stay in that top 8. This is the first game where they got in top 8, but here it is. He's going to try and rush it. No chance whatsoever. Moleman going to get absolutely battered by Quick Math. And that's only going to be Stellis remaining on their side. The last chance of Stella to potentially try and climb up a little bit more that leaderboard in this second game of the day.
There is a bit of space up in the kind of the west/northwest, because 3D Max moved away from that compound that they were in, going a little bit more up north, center. So he could flank around, but there's still Havokki from 4 Angry Kids there that could shut Stellar down. And of course, Ferrari Breach and HeartShift down the hill in those compounds.
Katana and Quick Math, they're both on 130 points each right now, and they're going to be maybe clashing as they try and rotate through the south. The win of this fight is going to be a huge advantage for the upcoming few next games after the second Erangel game of the day. So Katana going to have a little bit of a nice angle. They have a little bit more of a high ground too compared to Quick Math. So that can come in account pretty quickly if you can use that to your full potential. Quick Math, they have a pretty nice front line. But Quick Math also, let's not forget, the Ferrari Breach in a lower distance, they can try and find an angle, but I don't think that really Ferrari Breach know where Quick Math is located. Well, at least they don't want to find
because
shots.
they're low ground, so they can't really look up too much, because Katana and Quick Math aren't as close. Yeah, that's Havokki found Stellar, takes him out. Stellar get eliminated in 9th place. Credit to Havokki from 4 Angry Kids keeping his team's dream alive of getting into the top 8. As I said, every single point counts. So not only was that an extra kill point, it's an extra placement point.
They got in top 8, so that's great for them. But yeah, at least they get one position point. That's still going to be pretty impactful. 7 teams remaining now, and slowly you can see that Quick Math and Katana, they're getting closer and closer. One fight will come on through. Grenade going to be chucked on over. Pelt doesn't connect at all, actually, unfortunately for them. But here it is. I was talking about earlier. Ferrari Breach, they found now the positioning of Quick Math. They took a few shots. They can still get it because it's still a really small slope.
Well, exactly.
So the bullets can still connect.
Exactly. It's not high enough that Katana and Quick Math are protected against Ferrari Breach, and that was the fear, right? It was the fear of that phase 6 circle, how it shifted, and it shifted up northwards. It's pushing Katana and Quick Math back. All they can do is actually fight against each other and hope one takes out the other, so to speak, as Maxizor and Kamka able to knock down 2 members of Quick Math right now. The grenade gets a kill onto Jupesig. All the while, we're seeing 3D Max and Tornado Energy go up against each other on the north side of the circle. You see it in the picture-in-picture.
Yeah, the fights are going absolutely blazing right now. Grenade chucked on through. Here it is. Flushes the kill on top of Pelt. That's points. Wow. That's prizes for Katana.
Quick
and Katana,
Math.
they want to get back up on top of there. But yeah.
They only have Ensalonzo.
Yeah, they only have Ensalonzo, and he's going to try and rush for the circle. He doesn't want to get involved with Katana. But unfortunately, Katana, they know they got 3 members down. They can try and flush even Digger if they really want to, but they're trying to mainly aim for the circle. We talked about the Harry Potter Tower. It got taken over, actually, by Mike and last round.
But Katana, in my opinion, should be... they should have looked at the kill feed. They are definitely going to be aware that there's still 1 member of Quick Math up, because as they go closer to... Although, Azrin getting a knockdown on the AKA skills from last crew. This could be the potential push at Katana knee, but no, that's the thing. 3D Max from the north side of the circle, because it's so close, pushing Katana back.
Yeah, 3D Max, that's such a good positioning. Quick Math and Salonso are going to be taken out. Shut down by top from Katana. Katana
That's
now,
exactly what Katana needed.
In that top 8 last crew, they had the Harry Potter Tower. They lost AKA skills. Unfortunately, now they're going to try and do a smoke road downhill. That's still a little bit scary overall, but Tornado Energy and 3D Max from the really high up north, they're just getting involved again and again. But they might be clashing with 3D Max really soon as they're going to get closer.
Well, they've already clashed a little bit. They've already clashed a little bit.
They're 3-3-2. So the compound, if it does shift away from the compound of both HeartShift and Ferrari Breach, though, they're going to have also a pretty fun run for their money as the road once again separating the north and the southern section. And there's not a lot of south land remaining, actually. So the next shift could potentially go high up north.
Plus,
can get scary.
When you have that road also part of the circle, that's open season for these teams that need to cross.
Ooh, still the compound.
Still the compound, still the road, still in the favor of Ferrari Breach, HeartShift, and even just about last crew in that Wizard Tower.
Kind of, but now the scary thing is that 3D Max and Tornado Energy, they both don't have that lip of the hill to use and peek up with, so they're going to be on the downhill. And because of that, they might be clashing against each other because they've both got no more defensive positioning to hide behind on both sides.
It's not just against each other, it's against every single team that's looking in their direction.
But they're going to have to take each other into account. That's what I'm trying to get to.
Of course.
But here it is, you got just 12 more seconds before the shift comes on through. HeartShift, they're in the middle of all of this. They still seem relatively safe because they can just peek out pretty easily. And I don't think that, especially Ferrari Breach, will make it through that road. That's always going to be pretty scary when like Tornado Energy and 3D Max have a really good angle on top of them. As Katana, Azverin going to be knocked away. Tok is going to be the last chance for his team. He finds last crew, knows where they're located. He's going to try and find maybe a nice headshot.
Finding shots.
Can he connect it? Oh no, down to now 16 HP, but still Katana, they can feel proud as Quick Math, they've taken him out. They got a lot of kills, points for themselves. So that's going to get them a little bit higher. Azrin got confirmed by Ferrari Beach. oKKo stolen away. 3D Max, as I said, they don't have that kind of lip of the hill to defend himself with. And now Smoke's all they can really rely on as Katana gets eliminated in 6th position. Still, as I said, they can be extremely proud of this performance.
Yeah, it's the best game they've had in quite a while, to be perfectly honest, Maxman, or at least kind of somewhat this week nearly, as oKKo does confirm the kill onto Jappy from last crew. The last crew were trying to move on forward. Muck is trying to stay in that Wizard Tower, peek up, but you've got to be really careful how you peek as he pops the shots off in the direction of HeartShift, but they return and clap back, make them prone down and heal up.
Yeah, but now Tornado Energy are actually in the circle, so last crew, they're the team that's going to struggle the most right now because they got like actually all the teams have an angle on top of last crew, so if they try and make it through, they can get shut down. I said it because you don't have really that hill anymore. You have a little bit of terrain separating the likes of 3D Max and Tornado Energy, but this fight might be breaking out as soon as you can expect. Just 5 more seconds to see where the next raid is going to be shifting on through. Is it going to be still with the compound? Is it going to go high north towards the likes of 3D Max and Tornado Energy? Going to be actually kind of central as Tornado Energy, Mailman finds Muck. And
look,
yeah.
to be perfectly honest, last crew are kind of screwed, unfortunately, simply because of the circle shift being away from them. That Wizard Tower, you get no real protection outside of it. They can maybe go for kind of a... If you can get the heal up and go for a bit of a 1-on-1 split, one goes in one direction, the other goes in the other direction, you could potentially survive a little bit more. But look, HeartShift, Ferrari Breach, Tornado Energy, and even 3D Max, all looking in their direction.
Yeah, I'm just going to be... praying right now for last crew, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be goodbye for us. See them go out in 5th position.
If Tornado Energy play this super safe and manage to prone their way into the circle, and the next shift goes out of the compounds, that will give them a good chance of taking the chicken dinner.
You saw an example finding Muck And that's going to be the end of last crew in 5th position, as we just mentioned. And that was going to be the hardest shift of the circle. Now it's going to be 4 teams. Tornado Energy, 3D Max in the high up north. Southern section was the compound. It's going to be HeartShift and Ferrari Breach. But now, actually, HeartShift, they are kind of controlling the pace of this game against Ferrari Breach because they still have their compound kind of in circle, but they're going to have to try and shift away at some point.
Look at that. Instant smoke being thrown out by Tornado Energy. The second they secured a squad wipe onto last crew,
they knew they could have
giving them a little bit more of a positional area that they can move towards. They throw out the smokes. They know that the circle is starting to close in. Getting those smokes creates the wall, creates a little bit of a gap that they can move in a little bit closer. But they still got to be careful. HeartShift are looking in their direction. Ferrari Breach are looking in the direction of HeartShift. It's every single team for themselves as we're down to 4, 10 alive. Melman goes down to the play zone, unfortunately. This is Phase 9. This is going to be the end. Who's going to come out on top? Is it going to be HeartShift? Is it going to be Ferrari Breach? It could be 3D Max. And of course, Tornado Energy, the top of the table team, ready to take another chicken dinner.
Having a nice angle on the top of the east section. Here it is. Ferrari Breach, as I said it, they have to do something. They have to make it through the road. And the smokes will not save your life, my friend. Mike going to find 2 knocks on top of Rescue and oKKo on Ferrari Breach. Ferrari Breach down to only 1 member. It's going to be Washout. For once, actually going to be the last member remaining instead of being flushed out first. But yeah, 3D Max have finding a nice angle. Noki going to be taken out. Ferrari Breach in now 4th position. And HeartShift now finding Phantom of 3D Max. They're going to be clapping back. And this compound is actually pretty central on the circle. We're slowly going to get away from them. But they still have a really nice defensive position to work with. But so many smokes are getting popped out that it's still uncertain of which team will come out on top. Will it be HeartShift? Will it be Tornado Energy on the east or high up north 3D Max? We'll have to wait and see. But I think that 3D Max here have one of the better positions here.
They kind of do have one of the better positions because there's a couple of trees. There's a couple of trees that they can kind of cover behind. But then again, at the end of the day, HeartShift have the house. They have a compound. You know, like house beats tree, so to speak.
Rock, paper, scissors, house.
Exactly, rock, paper, scissors, house. Although Tornado Energy, Combat does get the kill on the Solar, putting 3D Max down to 2 players. So it's a 2v2v2.
It's going to be 6 players remaining, but yeah, HeartShift, their compound is not going to be encircled very longer. Tried to do a little bit of a peek action, peekaboo, not quite working out, but here it is, a smoke road will be coming out from HeartShift. They had to rotate away.
Baby!
Noki flushed out instantly. Where's the last member of 3D Max? Can't really quite see it. There it is, though. Nihanas and Mike there clapping, shutting down Example. But 3D Max will be eliminated in 3rd position twice in a row. Now it's going to be HeartShift and Tornado Energy going up against each other. Compot 1v2. The smoke road, he has the car as protection. He has the high ground too. Nihanas going to try and push out of that smoke road, try and find a different angle. But now Compot going to be prone down, going to try and be a little bit proactive on his positioning. I'm really enjoying how this one is coming on through. But then their smoke roads are not in circle anymore, at least for Mike. And he's going to get smoked and shut down.
Oh my God.
The headshot.
Is this going to be a one-man army?
1v2. Nihanas on the right side. Tries and peeks on 3. He's not in a circle, but no, the circle will be enough to shut him down. And HeartShift finally coming out on top and getting their first chicken dinner.
Man, what a time to get it. Final 2 days, they were lying in freaking 15th overall, getting a chicken dinner in Erangel. My lord, my heart and my soul, damn it, Max, my heart and my soul. But also, can't take away what Ferrari Breach did. They were in freaking 16th. So 2 teams that were in the very bottom of the table survived until the last 4 teams, and they were going up against the leading team and one of the teams that have pretty much secured a spot in the top 8. So for them to get that far, the circles of course went in their favor. Fantastic job by both those teams.
I'm so proud of HeartShift. As I said earlier, they're getting their first chicken dinner here in the Contenders, so congratulations to them. Stella, like a lot of boat rotation, and all the boat rotations failed. They completely failed.
They did.
YMCA, InsideGames, Stella, all struggling to try and get to the island of military base, and they getting shut down. Like that was the move, and because they were so far away from the coastline, and the circle was already shifting in, YMCA, they were taking that tick damage, getting pressured by LXG. They got shut down. At least there's a few nice opportunities for LXG to pick up points.
Yeah,
they haven't got too many. I think they got like 2 and 1 drowned on the side of YMCA. It's a little bit unfortunate for that, not getting 4 points out of it. Unity and DOS Pilot rotating through the east, but they were not out of trouble. The simple reason is because they still had the road to cross, and Tornado Energy was there to shut that down.
Man, I really loved that military island finish. Like,
that was a good one.
I started getting a little bit kind of not tired of military island finishes, but it's like, not that it's the same thing, but it's like, yeah, okay, we were having them, then having them again, and it was kind of like, okay, you know. But that one, I really loved it. It was very interesting, mainly because it shifted away from the actual base quite early. So then it came to the coastline and those kind of compounds and the dips where your coastline holds on to, and what the teams were able to do with that.
Katana, there it is. That's what the move we were looking for. They took out the opposing team that was at the same point standing, and that's going to be then Katana. They're back in that top 8, baby, taking it over. Quick math. If they're back in ninth position, there's going to call instant karma. I'm going to be so happy about that
Hey,
one.
look, there's still going to be 6 games to go, so anything can happen. Anything can happen indeed. But as I said, HeartShift and Ferrari Breach putting in some really solid work towards the end.
Yeah, you saw Compot there. I don't know how he saw Mike there. I'm not going to lie. I was like so surprised he actually got the info on him. But then the circle is just, because he took a lot of damage by HeartShift there, that extra last tick of damage on phase 9 is just way too much. And that's what unfortunately shut him down. So once again, congrats to HeartShift taking this game. That compound was working out great for them. InsideGames, YMCA, Milky Way, Stellar. Kind of all the teams that decided auto-rotate late or rotate through boats got 0 points. All of them.
It speaks for itself. And that also meant that realistically, like the teams that did get in points, there's no 1 or 2 point results. It was all 3 or above because the majority of the teams that got eliminated, it was like at least 3 players in those boats. As we get into the top 8, Tornado Energy, with those 9 kill points, actually kind of finish on top with 15 kills, but HeartShift getting 4 kills, 10 placement points, 14, followed by 3D Max with also 9 kills. Quick Math got, actually because Quick Math got more kill points than Katana, Katana are not going to find themselves in the top 8, unfortunately. Spoke too soon, Max.
Yeah, I thought they would actually get up there, but yeah, talk too soon. 1,300 damage from the likes of Tornado Energy. Once again, very proactive gameplay. High conversion rate from damage to kills, 9 kills overall. And once again, that consistency, we always talk about it. They fight from early to late game, and when they hit that late game, even though that for once they didn't have that compound, they played extremely well with that. And got very close call with the likes of HeartShift, but the kill lead is going to be Noki from 3D Max. He was getting so many kills, especially on the likes of Quick Mass and Ferrari Breach. It was just kind of shutting them down that south rotation into the circle, because once again, that road and that kind of like downhill rotation from Quick Math was allowing him to get a lot of knocks and kills. Yeah,
pretty standard stuff. Overall, as Muck was the highest damage dealer in that game, 740 damage, followed by Nihanas of a HeartShift. So even though HeartShift didn't get super amount of kills, Nihanas getting 512 damage was good for it, helping them to protect their position and their compound coming into the late stages of the game. Is this a head-to-head between Noki and Muck?
Noki and Muck, 740 damage for Muck. That is almost getting to the good old 1K, so still that's a great performance from him. That they did have a little bit of a hard rotation at the end, because once again, they had a Harry Potter tower. Unlucky shift did go away from them. The only way to make it through was to make a smoke thread, and even then, you had such a big area between the Harry Potter tower and the compound. All the smokes in the world will not help you to get to that rotation.
It would have required a yellow brick road.
Yellow brick road. So we got some good news for you guys at home. We're not going to have a small break. We're going to go directly in the 3rd game of Miramar. So we're going to check out the standings right off the bat. Where's it going to go? Tornado Energy back to the 230 mother flipping points. What a freaking performance once again. But yeah, Katana, they're 9th. And they're not back up. So Quick Math, they are standing on top, and now not at the same standing as Katana, but with just 1 point on top.
So close. 3D Max were probably kind of the best winners of that game, because they've they gained solid points ahead of the likes of YMCA and InsideGames. They got themselves closer to a safer position, even closer to Last Crew in 4th, only 1 point behind them. DOS Pilots unfortunately dropped down a place, going behind Rewap, who put in a solid result. And 4 Angry Kids, they're still in with a shout. They're only 7 points away from Quick Math.
Yeah, but HeartShift, they're only about 40 points to potentially make it in.
And
we saw last crew one day.
Yeah, okay.
And we saw last crew one day, they made about 50 points in one day. So that's 100% possible. They just need a great game.
You know what? Yes, I'm going to go, yes. HeartShift, they are in with a chance, because when you look at the teams that are from 11th place downwards, as far as I know, HeartShift are the only team to actually get a chicken dinner, which we just saw. So based on kind of that and the fact that they aren't really that far away, yeah, you know what? I'm going to put them in with the running of getting into the top 8. I just know that, like, with still 6 games to go, it's just so spicy. I love it. It's like, I love the story that gets told where we start off with all the teams on 0 points. We start to see a bit of a pattern of teams getting good results, some teams getting bad results. But you get down to the final 2 or 3 days, Max, and some of these teams, they light themselves on fire in terms of just being able to pop off, get good results. And it kind of makes you think, why couldn't you do that in the first week, guys? But, you know, it is what it is. It makes for exciting times. It makes for exciting games.